Hi everyone, Legend here. I want to take a minute to wish each and every one of you out there a very happy new year. I'm going to do a little bit of a different video on the channel today, kind of split into two halves. One, I want to talk a little bit about my health. I had a pretty serious injury this past year. I'm working my way back through it, and so I wanted to talk about that and sort of how it's affected the channel. And then look forward, get to the happier side, and that is now that we are in the new year, some of these travel plans that we've got going forward. Really excited for that. But let's start with the bad side. That's the injury I had to deal with to my right foot. And I've had this one for, unfortunately, quite a while. I woke up with pain in my right foot on July 19th. It was the morning we were going to Frontier City in Oklahoma, part of that giant 4,000-mile road trip. If you did watch that vlog, you'll know that Molly had to run out and buy me like an ankle brace because I woke up and I just couldn't walk. Well, that problem, unfortunately, it really didn't get any better. The pain increased about a month later, so I went to the doctor in about mid-August, and they told me there's definitely something wrong. They weren't sure if it's tendons or bones or what, but I was going to have to get an MRI. If you ever played the medical insurance game, sometimes you have to do a song and dance, so my MRI didn't even happen until October 18th. And you know what? Actually, you guys don't want to look at my foot the whole time while I'm talking about this and what I went through. So here instead, much more entertaining, here is a Chinese knockoff version of It's a Small World that Kwani went on in China. It's way more fun. All right, so back to my foot. The MRI unfortunately revealed that I needed some pretty significant surgery. The root cause was I had an accessory bone on the inside of my ankle, the navicula, which it's something that happens in about 10 or 15% of people. And then even fewer than that it affects. Unfortunately, I was one of the unlucky ones. So that was sitting there messing everything up, and it messed a lot of things up, unfortunately. So that bone had to go along with my posterior tendon that runs kind of from your calf down to your ankle. That had to be repaired. While doing that, they had to fix my flat foot, which I've had for forever. So when they were going and doing the surgery, they decided they needed to go in and fix the flat foot and also lengthen my Achilles tendon. So it was a lot of stuff. The surgery was on November 12th. I was under the knife for 2 hours. I had 5 different incisions into my foot and my leg. And it's been a rough road back. It really has. I couldn't walk or put any weight on my foot for 8 weeks. And that was not a fun time. Man, I had to get around using a knee scooter. And obviously it's in my right foot, so I can't drive a car. And also, like, I was kind of a grumpy dude. Want to thank Molly for putting up with me, but like I couldn't walk. And I was on some of these pain pills and other medicines. I couldn't drink any alcohol, which is one of my favorite things to do, especially when I can't do much of anything. So that was kind of a rough month go there. So yeah, it has not been fun. I can now walk in the boot a little bit. Actually, so I got cleared to walk in the boot last week. And then this week on Tuesday, I was actually able to walk in the boot without a cane. So that's exciting. I'm walking very slow. I am walking like Frankenstein, but things are moving forward, which is great because it's about 6 months into this process now, and I'm good to hopefully starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. I'm going to need physical therapy, probably a lot of it, but that process, that's still, unfortunately, that's a ways off. Physical therapy for me won't start until the middle of February sometime. And I'm not sure how long that's going to be, and that's like how long I'll be until I'm back to normal, kind of like getting back to that 100%. That's kind of where things are right now. When it came to travel and stuff like that, once the injury got bad in mid-August, I stopped booking any travel. Anything I had booked, well, I had to go because, I don't want to lose that money. But anything I didn't have booked that I was thinking about, I just said, no, we can't do it. Some of those trips where I had to walk around in the boot pre-surgery, man, those were really not fun times. Like, I was in so much pain the morning after going to the Texas State Fair. So much pain. Like, I had to almost crawl around the hotel room for the first half of the day. It was really pretty awful. The cruises with the knee scooter have gone pretty smooth, but that's kind of where things are at now. We're getting better. Hopefully, physical therapy starts mid-February. I think I'll probably need a couple of months worth of it. Not sure. I don't have that number yet. I think it's going to be how the foot looks then, how it's recovering, how it gets used to the physical therapy. I'm hoping to be back to normal by April, May, sometime in there. But there we go. That's what's been going on with me. So you probably saw some of the videos where I was in a walking boot or riding on a knee scooter, and that's kind of what I wanted to get in this video is why that happened, what happened, where we're at now. But it's the worst is behind me now. So now we get to look forward, and it's a new year, and I always loved going into a new year, and some of that means travel plans and trip ideas and, all that exciting stuff. Now, I haven't booked anything new for 2025. I've got a whole bunch of stuff that I booked towards the end of last year. Oh, not towards the end of last year, but pre-injury, mostly cruise ship stuff, which is kind of like normally Molly and I tend to do cruise ship stuff in that September to February range, or September to March or May, when the ships are normally more inexpensive. There's normally more ships in Florida, so it just works out pretty well. So starting off in 2025, actually last week I was on the Celebrity Silhouette. Next week I'm pretty excited. I'm going on the Virgin Voyages Valiant Lady. I've never done Virgin Voyages. It's a question we get a lot here. When are we going on one of their cruise ships? And that is actually going to be next week. Both the Celebrity Silhouette and Virgin Voyages stopped in Key West. I'm a huge fan of Key West. I'm going to do a kind of a bar hopping video over the course of 2 days. And I already went to some fun bars that I haven't been to on that last cruise. Got some new ones planned for this upcoming. And then in February, I am going to Hawaii with Molly's family. We are going to Honolulu area, somewhere on the island. And then we are going to Maui. We're going to go whale watching one day. I'm a little nervous about that trip because I don't know, that's before I start my physical therapy, so I don't know how much I'll be able to do in Hawaii. And like, I'm not going to go hike up a mountain with like her sister and brother-in-law. The water park, definitely out of the question. So I'm not sure what I'll be able to do while there, but I'm excited to go. It is a very, very pretty place. Also in February, I'll be on the Carnival Freedom cruise ship. And then a lot of cruise stuff is booked. March, Norwegian Gem. April, Enchantment of the Seas on Royal Caribbean. And then May is the MSC Seascape. Now, that's probably all I'm going to have booked for a little bit, as I'm going to really wait until I have that doctor's appointment in the middle of February and kind of get that accurate time frame of when I will be back to normal. So that'll probably be all for winter and spring is what I'm probably looking at right now. Now, I'm excited for something. I bought something, and I thought about doing it for years. The Frontier Airlines Go Wild All-You-Can-Fly Pass. I have some buddies that have done it. They recommended it. I travel a lot, so I spent $299 for a pass that lasts 1 year and starts on May 1st. So that's kind of like the target date in my head. Man, I really hope that I am healthy by May 1st so I can hit the ground running, start using this. That's when all the theme parks should be starting to open up. Weather is getting nicer out there, and I'm excited to really hopefully be back to normal by then, and then go. And I'm excited for that, the ability to fly all I want for that $299. But it's kind of a weird thing. Like, you fly more or less a little similar to like flying standby, where you don't know if you'll be on the plane until like 24 hours before. So it'll be, I'll probably get stuck some places, but I'm definitely, it's something I'm looking forward to. It'll be a new adventure, and I think it'll result in me traveling quite a bit. Now, let's talk about those trip ideas. And these are things I don't have booked, but these are things I'm really, really excited for. Trips I definitely want to do, or there's different levels and different tiers, and I must do, want to do. Hey, if that flight opens up, I'm going. That kind of stuff. All right, so starting off, I'm definitely going to get back to Cedar Point in Sandusky, Ohio. One of my favorite amusement parks for Siren's Curse, the tilt coaster. I wanted to go on one of those for years, since I think it was like Taiwan or wherever that one's been. It's on all the clickbait videos. You'll see it on Facebook Reels all the time. But man, one of those is finally coming. It's coming to Cedar Point, and I am so excited for that. I don't care what the wait is, but my first ride got to be front row, right? That front row experience on that roller coaster, it is going to be incredible. I'm going to get it back up to Canada to go to Canada's Wonderland. I think Alpenfury looks like a fantastic roller coaster as well. And while I'm in the area, definitely want to check out some other things. I've never done Seaside Amusement Park, which is in that upstate New York area. I want to return to the Niagara Amusement Park, formerly Fantasy Island. They're opening up a new dark ride. While I'm up there, got to see Niagara Falls. Maybe take an adventure over to Niagara on the Lake and do some wineries and breweries. I want to get to Pittsburgh because Steel Curtain's finally going to open back up. We'll want to go see that. One thing I'm excited about using this pass for is just taking kind of quick adventures and going to Major League Baseball games. Baseball is my favorite sport, and I like going to the different baseball stadiums. I think that's really cool. We've done some stadium tour videos that have done pretty well on the channel in the past, so definitely going to try and get to more baseball games this year. While talking about sports, one thing I had circled on my calendar for probably well over a year was going to WrestleMania in Las Vegas, Nevada. Unfortunately, that is out, as the tickets, they're just too dang expensive for me, man. Like last year in Philadelphia, WrestleMania tickets for like going on both nights, I think it was like $150. This year, they're $500, $700 for nosebleeds, and I just don't have that kind of money. So WrestleMania this year is unfortunately out. I want to go to Houston to visit the new Meow Wolf they opened over there. Also, they recently opened in the last couple of years a Galapagos Island exhibit at their zoo, so I want to see that. One trip I would like to do is go to Mexico City. I've never done Six Flags Mexico. Speaking of the wrestling thing, if I'm going to Mexico City, you definitely want to go to a AAA or a CMLL show to see some Lucha Libre wrestling. There's a couple of smaller amusement parks, probably a lot of other interesting things to do in that city as well. I'd like to get out to Colorado to go to Glenwood Caverns and Waterworld. I've always wanted to go to that water park. That's the one that has like animatronics in some of the slides. So I definitely want to try that. At some point this year, I really want to get to San Antonio. And I don't know what season I want to go. Part of me wants to go in the summer to go to Schlitterbahn, because I think I'll really enjoy that water park. It's got all these crazy tube shoot kind of things, lots of swim up bars. That feels like it would be very much a me water park. I would consider going in the fall for their Halloween haunt events at the two major theme parks, or I would consider going in December to see the Riverwalk all lit up with the Christmas lights. This year, having that pass, I will definitely hit some more of these state fairs, as that'll be an easy trip to go with the pass, just flying quick in and out for 24 hours, 48 hours, seeing the fair. I really want to get up to New England. I've never been to the Funtown Splashtown amusement park, and I would like to check that out, as long as some of the other attractions up there. Maine is actually one of the few states in the country Molly has not been to, so I'm sure she would like to tick that one off the list. Wouldn't mind also going to Montreal and Lake George, ride Bobcat at the Great Escape, and I have not been to Montreal or La Ronde up there in about 20 years, so I would really like to go and explore that city, go to that amusement park. And then, it's not all about amusement parks. Obviously, here on this channel, there's lots of different things. One I want to do is a Nashville drinking trip. Nashville looks like it's a great drinking town. Every year or two, I like to do like a big guide to drinking in one of these, alcoholism-fueled destinations. So we've done them for Key West, we've done them for New Orleans. This year, maybe do Nashville and see that. Would like to get out to Kansas City to see the new aquarium at the zoo and ride the Zambezi Zinger. I'll definitely probably at some point get up to Cincinnati to go see their new elephant exhibit that opened up last year. I think it's going to fully open sometime this spring. That's one thing I really wish. I wish there was there's tons and tons of theme park websites out there that'll keep you updated of all the new rides coming out. Man, I really wish there was something like that for like new zoo exhibits, because I love going to the zoos and doing the zoo videos. And I just would love to know, okay, where in this country are the coolest new zoo exhibits opening this year? And I just don't think, websites like that exist. In the fall, I'll be back in the Northeast twice. One of my friends is getting married up there. My brother's also going to get married, so I'll be up there twice in the fall. The biggest thing happening in the theme park world is actually happening right here in Central Florida this year, and that is the opening of Universal's new theme park, Epic Universe. It looks amazing. I can't wait to go. A little annoyed that you won't be able to buy an annual pass, so I'll probably go once and then hold my time until, 2026 when they start selling annual passes. Definitely going to try to get back out to Southern California. Not sure if I'll go to the San Diego area or the Disneyland and Knott's Berry Farm. That's another trip I would really like to do in December. I've never seen Disneyland at Christmas time, never seen Knott's Berry Farm at Christmas time. Figured that could be pretty cool. One of the trips that's dependent on things opening would be going to Phoenix, Arizona. If that new Mattel Adventure Park opens, then I will definitely be getting out to Phoenix. I think that looks really cool and kind of weird too. There'll be Hot Wheels themed roller coasters, and there'll be Castle Grayskull laser tag, and then Barbie's Dreamhouse flying theater and rooftop bar. So I'm pretty intrigued. There's no way I'm going to go a year on this channel without getting back to one of my favorite vacation destinations in the entire country, and that is Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Wouldn't mind getting back up to the Chicago area for Six Flags Great America. There'll be two new roller coasters there that I haven't been on yet, because Max Force was closed when I went last time, and they're opening the new dive coaster. Also want to get back to the Volo Museum, because they, I think it was last year or 2 years ago, they have a full functioning Rock-afire explosion band. So definitely want to try and check that one out. Unfortunately, no big international trip for me this year. That is one where, unfortunately, having this injury and, any money that I would have had for big international travel, well, that money went to, the laundry list of medical bills. And, it also being out of work for a while doesn't help with finances either. So that kind of and I would have liked to do a big international trip. Japan has been highlighted. For years, I've been saying I want to wait till the Fantasy Springs expansion opens at Tokyo Disneyland. That finally opened last year. Munich Oktoberfest is something every year me and the guys kind of talk about doing, but this year is definitely not going to be the one for either of those trips to finally happen. And then I also just keep on on my travels, whenever I'm, on the internet or looking at stuff or watching other videos, I keep a giant list of things to do on my Google Maps. And these are anything: weird attractions, a roller coaster, cool looking tiki bar, crazy roadside attraction. It could be a restaurant with a wacky animatronic in it. I've got a list of those. So I've got like 607 places on that list right now. Definitely want to knock a whole bunch of them off this year. And now going forward on the channel, I've got a lot of content done. I have about almost 50 videos edited and ready to go live. And now I've got like almost nothing to edit besides the stuff I just filmed this past weekend on the cruise ship. So I want to give myself something to do. So I think next couple months I'm going to churn out some list videos and list video content here at In the Loop to kind of, give me something to do, keep the channel a little bit fresh, keep me not thinking about my foot and going crazy. And let me know in the comment section below, what kind of list videos do you want to see? And it could be anything we cover here on the channel. Talking about like ranking my favorite cruise lines. It could be zoos and aquariums and which ones are the best. My favorite weird tourist attractions. Anything like that, And I might do, for some bigger lists, do some more tier list stuff. So if I want to rank like every Six Flags theme park in a tier list, a little bit of a longer format video like that. So definitely let me know what kind of list stuff you want to see. Might do some more videos here in Central Florida as I get my legs back and walking gets easier. But there we go. That's kind of a look at kind of the sadder last half of 2024, and now the optimistic approach of going into 2025. I want to thank you all for watching this video and continuing to support us here at In the Loop, and hopefully I'll see a bunch of you out there this year filming some good stuff. I'm really excited. And hey, if you need another video to watch after this one, maybe you click on the vlog from our 4,000-mile road trip, my absolute favorite trip of 2024, and unfortunately where my foot started going downhill.